Jerky, 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 jerky. Yes, guys, today on Cook Like Sasha, I'm going to show you guys how to make jerk chicken and jerk pork. It now go normal, it now go good again, it nice so till. And trust me, no tough crisp pork skin around here, nice and tender and juicy, no resistance. Nice. I'm gonna show you how to do it my way. Okay, alright, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to go check out my jerk sauce video I just upload if you want to know how to season up your chicken and your pork and make it nice and so. Alright, so I have some pork belly here. To that I'm going to add some salt, some black pepper, some nutmeg, some easy spice jerk season, and some easy spice all-purpose season. And guys, trust me when I tell you that Easy Spice, the company there, they make some really nice seasonings with nice, bad, and very affordable. And no, the video is not sponsored. I genuinely just really like their product. So you're going to add that jerk seasoning, that jerk marinade that I just showed you guys how to make. If you don't watch the video yet, just go back, watch that video, and come back. It's very simple and easy to make. So next you're just going to get your hands dirty and just season up your pork, set it aside for go on, marinate and soak through. So you're going to repeat the same process when you're doing the chicken. The same seasonings, the same jerk seasoning that we blend up, and just get your hands dirty. Make sure say you're not tinge upon the seasoning there. Make sure say the chicken well coated and it's in every crevice and corner of the chicken. You want it to be well seasoned. You're going to need at least 1 hour before this goes on the pan. If you can do it and leave it overnight to soak, good, but just make sure say it well coated and it get little time for marinade. You're going to then lay out the chicken and the pork over direct heat on your jerk pan and close it down and just make it go and do its thing for about 20 minutes. Then you're going to come back. As you can see, the seasoning kind of dry up, or it's being absorbed into the meat and onto the surface. So what you're going to do is just take time, turn your chicken over direct heat, directly over the hot coals. You're going to turn the chicken from both sides. Make sure that both sides get a good sear and it start catch some color. So that's what I do right now. Do not, when you jerk chicken, don't leave it over direct heat for the entire process. Only for the very first part, I go put it over the direct heat to make it get a good sear through and make it catch some color on the end, because we don't want a tough bulky chicken. We want nice juicy jerk chicken. Okay, so both sides of the chicken get seared and it two sides catch color. So what you're going to do now, you're going to move the chicken from direct heat and put it away to the other side of the pan where the fire is not as high. If you don't do that, the chicken are going to dry out. Next, you're going to start wetting the chicken with some red stripe beer mixed with a little bit of the seasonings that were left behind. So you just wet up the chicken, and when that drips onto the coals, it's going to make the smoke raise up and it's going to give you that extra smoky flavor. And there's just something about red stripe beer pan jerk chicken, it just does something, and it's so Jamaican, guys. So you're going to just continue to do that. Leave the pan down and make the chicken go and, cook and smoke. And after about another 30 minutes, this is what you're going to have. Some nice, juicy jerk chicken. And the color is so beautiful. And I tell you, when you cut into this, it is so succulent. It's not dry. It's not toasty. It just falls apart. The bone just come right out. Look there. You don't even have to try. You don't need no fork. You don't need no knife to cut it. It's just nice, juicy, tender. So back to the jerk pork. I am going to now move it away from direct heat to indirect heat. Once you make both sides catch color, you're gonna move it away from the hot side of the pan. And you can see the bone fall out. That's just a signal that the meat are cooked and it'll get really tender. And this is why you want to choose pork belly when you're going to jerk pork, because it's just easier for jerk and it's just more tender, it's more juicy, and it's easier for jerk. So you'll notice that when you go Portland, a jerk festival, or you go get jerk at Portland, them always have the big pork belly just lay out, because that's like the best part of the pork for jerk. The pork belly also readily absorbs flavor and seasoning, and it's easy to tenderize. So get you some pork belly when you're ready for the jerk pork. Here I'm doing the same step, just wet up the pork with some red stripe beer and some of the leftover seasonings, and you can see the smokiness that it's creating when it drops on the hot coals. It just creates that smoke and give it that extra jerk flavor. Another thing to note is that if you're doing this for somebody that do not eat pork, you cannot mix the pork and the chicken. So you'd have to get a separate jerk pan, or you'd have to do the chicken first and then you do the pork. But where I am, everybody eat chicken and everybody eat pork, so I can mix everything together and it's not a problem. So just continue, do your thing. And you see, when you do this step, it helps the meat to get more color, and it helps the seasoning to stick onto the meat more. So after another 40 minutes of cooking over low heat, this is what the pork should look like. You will notice that the fat, it doesn't have that white color again, because it's getting rendered, but it's not quite there as yet. So I'm going to show you guys how to tenderize the pork and make the skin nice and juicy, and you know the gummy skin there. Yes, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. And it's through a process called rendering, where you cook the meat over low heat for a long time until the fat has been rendered down and it's no longer hard. It becomes very soft and it's no longer fatty, to the point where you know that fatty taste you can't tolerate. That's what rendering does. It gets rid of that fattiness and it just makes the skin tender, juicy, and the meat is going to be so succulent. So normally when I hear some people say, oh, me eat jerk pork but me don't want the skin because me don't like it fatty. The reason why them not like it is because the fat not render down. So they might get the hard, tough fat. But when you render the fat, it's no longer hard and tough and intolerable. It's just pure goodness. But a lot of people do not render the fat. And I never used to like pork fat at all, but that's because it never used to get rendered. So until me get to learn how to render the pork fat, it's like a game changer. No, me cannot eat jerk pork if it not have some nice rendered fat and skin in it. So guys, just try out this process. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Give it a like if you like. Share it. Subscribe, turn the notification bell on and set it to all. And until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye.